Okay. Hi, I'm Jamie. These are my pets. That's Cece. That's Marigold. You're going to see a whole bunch of them kind of running around in the background while we do this. And we're going to paint. Today, we are going to paint. As you can see, I have pre-painted my background black. It's a gloss black. And we are going to paint some lilacs in like a mason jar. It's going to be beautiful. So, for our painting today, we need a cup of water for rinsing, a paper towel, a palette of any kind. I use a paper plate or whatever's handy at the time. Bunch of colors, lots of purples, some greens for the stems, black, white. Oh, and a chicken has decided she's going to start talking. Do you want to teach the class, sweet girl? That's Pearl, and she is saying hello. All right, I also have 3 brushes, like a fat kind of, flat one, pointier, and a skinnier, pointier, and a bunch of Q-tips. That's it. That's all you need. All right, black canvas. We are actually going to start with our small brush, and we're going to just do the outline of where our mason jar lives so that we know where our stems go. So I'm going to go into the white, and we are going to make the opening of a mason jar. Yep. And we're going to do the top, like where it comes down a little bit. And then they kind of do like this mason jar. So come down, go out, and go down. That's pretty much all we want to do for right now. We'll give it a little rinse our brush, dry it off a little bit. Hi, Cece. And then we're going to cardio for a second and dry that. Hello, sweet girl. So this is Cece. Her name is Carrot Cake. We call her Cece. And she's a bottle baby. And she thinks my finger is a nipple right now, apparently. Hi, you already had your breakfast. Yeah, num 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 num. I know it. She is 3.5, 4 months old now. She's blue eyes, and I love her. I love all my pets, don't get me wrong. But she's my newest, so I'm infatuated. All right, mason jar-ish. Just the basics right now. Next, we are going to paint stems. So we're going to go back to our small brush, and we're going to go into that dark green color, and we're going to figure out where we want our paper towels flying away. Our stems. We're going to have 3. Mine is going to sit kind of over this way. There we go. We're going to make some lilacs. Very excited. We're going to give these a few quick leaves. That way, if any of my flowers feel like sitting on top of the leaves, they'll have space for that. And we already have green in the brush, so like, why waste it? We're going to make some leaves. Ta-da! All my pets left me again. Oh, you can kind of see them. They're back that way. I'll bring out the snacks in a minute, and then they'll all come running again. And it's okay if some of your leaves overlap. That's cool that way. We'll define them in a minute with some highlight stuff. All right. Oh, hello, chicken. Chicken. Hi, chicken. What's mommy doing? Mom, what's going on over here? Huh. Do, 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 do. So, one of my favorite things about painting on a black background is if you have a oopsie, wait for it to dry, paint over it with black, and it erases like it never happened. It's awesome. All right, we're going to do one more leaf over here. I might even add some more. Dang. Down a little bit further on that one too, because I think I want some like kind of over my mason jar area a little bit. I like it. It's coming along splendidly. I think I'm going to wait on that actually, on that one. We'll do that one after we finish up our mason jar. I think this one needs another little something in the background over here. Kind of a skinny. That one's got an extra leaf. I like it. I like it. We're going to rinse our brush. And we're going to give this a quick dry, aka cardio. We're getting exercise. Hold on. I did not come out all the way. Here. Oops. Exercise. Oh, a white chicken. I see him. You see him? Where are they? That way. Cardio. We're drying, exercising, painting, and awesomeness. Yeah, baby. Actually, almost. It's not super humid today, so everything is going to dry. It's fairly warmish, so it's going to be fine. All right, this is what we got so far. Now we're going to take a Q-tip, and we're going to go into the darker purple, okay? And we're just going to start an outline by dabbing where we want our lilacs to live. Now, lilacs are usually chunkier at the bottom, then they get a little pointier up at the top. You can kind of see it. You'll be able to see it really good in a minute. So we're going to outline where we want these guys to live. And we're going to have another one over here. Ooh, did I not get any paint? Come on here. There we go. We're painting with a Q-tip. All right. Now, these are just the rough outlines. If you don't like the way it comes out, you can add more. You can take some away by adding the black paint after it dries. All right. Oh, my kind of outline. And then we have a third one. This third one is going to kind of be this way. Ooh, I got enough paint that time. Woo, baby. Hello, Breeze. All right. Kind of, yeah, you can kind of see it. We're going to do a little filling in with that color. And the reason we're using a Q-tip for this part is because lilacs have like all these small little petals. And it just looks cool when you have all like these little petals. You can totally, okay, I'll show you. So if you wanted to fill in a little quicker. 3 Q-tips all at once. Paint, dunk them in your paint. 3 Q-tips. The only thing with that is you just kind of got to watch and make sure all your Q-tips are going where you want them to go. But it fills in everything a lot quicker. All right. And then we'll do this one, because sometimes they try to get away from you a little bit. So you got to wrangle them in. All right. I think we're going to, I have to bust out snacks. I was going to say, where is everybody? Got one laying down, another one laying down up on the top there. Buttercup must be hiding somewhere because I haven't seen her. She's my third goat. All right. So once we finish this dark color, I'm losing grip here. There we go. Once we finish this dark color, for like our initial like backgroundy kind of color for our flowers, we're going to add a bunch of highlight colors, like go a little lighter, go a little lighter, go a little lighter. And it's going to make everything pop like it's 3D, like in actual nature. Okay. I'm going to see him. We're getting there. We're getting there. Getting there. All right. Give that a quick little. That's Pearl. She was one that was making all the noise, and then they go, "Hi, Pearl. What are you doing?" No, you're not going to come say hi to me? All right. See you poop. All right. So now you can use the other end if you don't mind getting paint on you. You can use the other end. I don't mind getting paint on me, so I'm gonna. If you do mind, you can just use new ones. But we're gonna use Q-tips again. And we're gonna go into like my next lighter color. So this was my first color, and this is my next color. Dark, light. Sorry, there's a bug on me. All right. I might actually just go to 1 because this is a little bit much for my hands to handle. All right. And then we're going to add some lighter colors. You don't want to cover all of your darker color. This is more like adding a little piece to the pieces that are already there. A little highlighty color to the pieces that are already there. And we're going to add one more color of highlight to this, which is that really light purple that we saw on the palette a minute ago. So my light source is going to be coming from this direction. So my highlights are all going to kind of fall like this way. So as we get to the other side, where it's a little darker, like the light's not hitting it as much, we're only going to tap a few. See? And just tap a few, because the sun or the light source of whatever it might be a lamp, it might be the sunshine, it might be the moon, who knows, is coming from this direction. All right. So then this one, this is where my sunshine's going to hit a lot, is at this part. Hello, bee. Yeah, you can just stay right down there if you would. All right. Then, like I said, as we get farther away from where the light's going to hit, we're going to have less highlights. I think that one's going to be sitting in the front. So you got to kind of decide which one you want sitting in the front. Or if you don't want them to touch, like you can put your stems like so that they're not towards each other at all in the mason jar, and then they'll spread out. But I want that one in the middle to be in the front. So we're going to highlight that one accordingly. All right. This one is going to be more in the background. They look like lilacs so far. I think they're coming out good. They're coming out good. You'll see it really pop in a minute. And there's my sunshine. Hello, sunshine. Actual sunshine. Oh, does that make it harder for you to see? There you go. There. All right. So while we wait for that to kind of dry on its own, we're going to start doing some highlights on our... I don't know if you heard that. That was a motorcycle. We're going to start doing some highlights on our leaves a little bit with our small brush. And I have like a weird light yellowish green. And we're just going to add some light areas to our leaves. And just help them pop a little bit. And this is where you can get one to be in front of another. Like this one's going to be in front of that one. So when I do my highlight for the second one, the one in the background, it's not going to cover the one in the front. See, it stops. And then the one in the front has its line. And this one's going to be the one in the front. There we go. Oops, I missed one. I'm like, whoa, that one doesn't look quite all the way done. Let's do that one. There, that one's done now. If you wanted to add a little tiny bit of highlight to your stems, you can just go like down one side, pick a side, just do a little, like, oh, the light's hitting you, yay, kind of thing. Okay, don't have to. All right, rinse our brush. Well, we're still kind of waiting for that to dry up a little bit. We're going to work on our mason jar part. So we're going to get all that light green out of our brush. And go back into our white. And actually like tidy this up a lot here. Oops, if you get paint on the brush though. All All right, so the stems are over the line in the back, but they're under the line in the front because they're sitting inside the mason jar. Okay. Hi, Cece. Are you coming to say hi to me? Hello, baby. Hello, baby. All right, so now we're going to add like the lines where it screws on. And for any of you who haven't watched any of the other videos, I do not use an easel. I like to be able to turn my canvas the way I need it for making life easier to paint. Now we have some lines where it screws on. We're going to fix this line. All right. So I brought out some like sky blue color. It's this really light blue color. Really light blue. I'm going to add a tiny bit of the white to that light blue on my brush. Just give it a little blend on my brush. The ones in the back are going to be a little darker. That's where the cap screws on. All right. We're going to rinse that out. And we're going to give some oomph to this mason jar. So with my big brush, I'm going to get it a little bit damp. Not wet, just damp. We're going to go into that blue. Sorry, I heard somebody was here. That like sky blue color, tiniest bit of white mixed in. And we want like a fairly dry brush, so you don't want to glob it right on. So I'm wiping most of it off. Fairly dry brush. We're going to start at the side, and we're going to bring very lightly some highlight area to our glass so that it looks like glass because it touches color. Light reflects off it. We're talking like light here, people, though not heavy duty. Super light. We want it to almost be clear. And now we have a mason jar. Ish. I mean, it's pretty good. And remember, our light source is coming this way, so that's where our light is coming at our glass. Pretty good. We can rinse it out now. All right. We're almost done. Like, we have a highlight in our flower part, and then we're going to call it a day. Let's give it a quick, because some of those blobs are a little damp. So. And I have another chicken talking. Pretty much an all day chit chat with the chickens. I actually have a shirt that says, "Yep, I talk to chickens." My son bought it for me. People think it's hilarious. They're like, "Do the chickens talk back?" I'm like, "Yeah, all the time, all the time." Granted, I don't know what they're saying, but they talk to me. All right, looking pretty dry. I'm gonna get a fresh Q-tip because I used up those. All right, we're going into this super light purpley color. One's the driest. Looks like this one. And we're just going to do some highlights on top of our current highlights. All right. And as you can see, it's looking amazing. All right. We don't want to cover up all the color. We're just adding a third layer of highlighty kind of a thing. You do not want to cover up all of the color. And we're going to get, darker as we go down. Not as many. We're still going to touch them a little bit, but we're not going to keep loading up the brush with the paint. Bug. All right. And your lilacs, your flowers, can be any color that you want them to be. I like purple ones. So that's the ones that I picked for today. But yeah. All right, so that wasn't good. Totally dropped it. Got me more than it got the thing though. Got right there. Like it never happened. Look at that. That one's gonna blend in like a highlight, so I'm not worried. Where are you going, chicks? Hold on to your Q-tip, I guess, is that lesson for that. What doing, chicken? Hi. I have a lot of chickens. I'm not a crazy chicken lady, though, I promise. I like having chickens around. I enjoy having pets. People are like, oh, how many eggs do you get? I don't know. As many as they lay in a day. Like, I don't care about the eggs as much as I care about the chicken. The eggs are kind of a bonus. Right, see this kind of coming along? Hello, chicken. What are you doing? That's Pearl. Hi, Pearl. Hi, Pearl. Yes, you're so beautiful. Yeah, you are. All right. And this is my one that's sitting in the front, so it's going to get more definition than the other ones on the sides here. Hello, sunshine. Do this third one. I mean, right now it's just tappity, 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 tap, tap, tap. That's like all we're doing. All right. Now, had I made like an actual mistake when I dropped my Q-tip, wait for it to dry, paint over it with the black. I did bring black just in case. I made an oopsie. Luckily, it fell on the flower, so it wasn't so bad. We're going to add a couple more to this side. Give it a little more zhuzh. Little more zhuzh on this side. I can see it better when I'm showing it to you guys, like on the camera, that it wasn't quite full enough with highlight. There we go. Lilacs in a mason jar. What do you think? Pretty good? All right. I think I like it. So, if some of your leaves are falling, it happens, right? It happens. And put a couple boop, 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 little boops. Give them a little highlight boop. And now you have some petals from your leaf or from your flowers falling down. If you hate those and I've already painted them on there, let it dry. Here, it's black. They go away. Like they never happened. All right, I'm going to sign it. And I usually just do my initials down in the bottom corner in a color or whatever was left in the brush. But since I don't have anything left in my brush, I'm going to go with that like pretty purpley, reddish purpley color. And just do initials in the corner. I like it. Could probably use a couple more leaves if you wanted, but I think it's fine. All right. Yeah, everybody has left me, so I can't even have a pet say goodbye to you. So thanks for hanging out with me and my pets who were kind of here a little bit. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.